branches of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold to bear the table. And he made the vessels which were upon the table, his dishes, and his spoons, and his bowls, and his covers, to cover withal pure gold. And he made the candlestick. Beaten work made he the candlestick, his shaft, and his branch, his bowls, his cups, and his flowers, all the same. And 6 branches going out on the sides thereof, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side thereof. 3 bowls made after the fashion of almonds in one branch, a knob and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almonds in another branch, a knob and a flower. So throughout the 6 branches, going out of the candlestick, candlestick, the 4 bowls made like almonds. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you. Good morning. 2 branches of the same, and a knob under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches. I'm listening to the Bible right now. Good morning. Their branches were the same. All of it was one beaten work of pure gold. And he made his 7 lamps. Thank you, Zach. Whoever. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Much love. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it was a cubit, the breadth of it a cubit. Welcome. Square, and 2 cubits was the height of it. The horns thereof were of the same. And he overlaid it with pure gold, both the top of it and the sides thereof round about. And the horns of it also he made unto it a crown of gold round about. And he made 2 rings of gold for it under the crown thereof. Hit the like button. 2 corners of it on the 2 sides thereof to be places for the staves to bear it withal. And he made the staves of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold. And he made the holy anointing oil and the pure incense of sweet spices according to the work of the apothecary. Thank you so much. Exodus 38. And he made the altar of burnt offering of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth thereof. It was 4 square, and 3 cubits the height thereof. And he made the horns thereof on the 4 corners of it. The horns thereof were of the same, and he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the pots and the shovels and the basins and the flesh hooks, and the fire pans, all the vessels thereof made he of brass. And he made for the altar a brazen grate of network under the compass thereof beneath unto the midst of it. And he cast 4 rings for the 4 ends of the grate of brass to the places for the staves. And he made the staves of brass. And he put the staves into the rings on the sides. Hey, Alice. To bear it withal. LG, come on in. LG, come on in. And he made the labor of brass. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Can I get y'all to hit the like button? Subscribe. Thank you so much. South side southward, the hangings of the court were fine twined linen. Oh, hey, Juanita. You got my mom's name. How you doing, Juanita? Thank you for that like button. And for the north side, the hangings were 100 cubits. Hey, Rihanna. How y'all doing today? Hey, thank you so much, Alexander. Thank you. On the west side were hangings of 50 cubits. Thank you. 10 and their sockets 10. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. How y'all doing this morning? I just got up. How y'all doing? Can you show y'all me? I'm about to make some coffee in a minute, guys. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Turn on the lights. Okay, I got the lights on. I don't want to see y'all. I don't want y'all to see me in the bathroom. I can't. Wait till I come out the bathroom. Then y'all got to brush my teeth. Good morning.
How y'all doing, everybody? Good morning. Saturday, guys. God is good. God said, let there be light in it. Hey, 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 I heard you. Yes, he did. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Wow. Woo. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How you guys doing? I'm still in bed. I need some grease. All right. Find my way up out of here, guys. Heard the word of the Lord. Turn it up. Yes, that's it.
They set it in 4 rows of stones. The first row was a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This was the first row. And the second row, an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They were enclosed in ouches of gold in their enclosings. And the stones were according to the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet, every one with his name, according to the 12 tribes. And they made upon the breastplate chains at the ends of wreathen work of pure gold. And they made 2 ouches of gold and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings in the 2 ends of the breastplate. And they put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings on the ends of the breastplate. And the 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains they fastened in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. And they made 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate upon the border of it, which was on the side of the ephod inward. And they made 2 other golden rings, and put them on the 2 sides of the ephod underneath, toward the forepart of it, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. And they did bind the breastplate by his rings unto the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, that it might be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and that the breastplate might not be loosed from the ephod, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue. Y'all know y'all can download. This is what we listen to. We don't listen to TVs in the bedroom. We listen to the Bible. That it should not rend. And they made upon the hems of the robe pomegranates of blue. It'll pick back up wherever you stop from, you guys, and they made bells of pure you can listen to it over and over and over again. We've been doing this for years, so I done heard the Bible over. I actually done read it when I was young, over and over, but I actually listen to it now. As the Lord commanded Moses. And they made coats of fine linen of woven work for Aaron and for his sons, and a mitre of fine linen, and goodly bonnets of fine linen, and linen breeches of fine twined linen, word, honey. And a girdle of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet of needlework, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made the plate of the holy crown of pure gold, and wrote upon it a writing like to the engravings of a signet, holiness to the Lord. And they tied unto it a lace of blue to fasten it on high upon the mitre, as the Lord commanded Moses. Thus was all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation finished. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did they. And they brought the tabernacle unto Moses, the tent, and all his furniture, his taches, his boards, his bars, and his pillars, and his sockets, and the covering of ram skins dyed red, and the covering of badger skins, and the veil of the covering, the ark of the testimony, and the staves thereof, and the mercy seat, the table and all the vessels thereof, and the showbread, the pure candlestick, with the lamps thereof, even with the lamps to be set in order, and all the vessels thereof, and the oil for light, and the golden altar, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the tabernacle door, the brazen altar, and his grate of brass, his staves and all his vessels, the laver and his foot, the hangings of the court, his pillars and his sockets, and the hanging for the court gate, his cords, and his pins, and all the vessels of the service of the tabernacle for the tent of the congregation, the cloths of service to do service in the holy place, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and his sons' garments, to minister in the priest's office. According to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so the children of Israel made all the work. And Moses did look upon all the work, and behold, they had done it, as the Lord had commanded. Even so had they done it. And Moses blessed them. Exodus 40. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, On the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation, and thou shalt put therein the ark of the testimony, and cover the ark with a veil. And thou shalt bring in the table, and set in order the things that are to be set in order upon it. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick, and light the lamps thereof. And thou shalt set the altar of gold for the incense before the ark of the testimony, and put the hanging of the door to the tabernacle. And thou shalt set the altar of the burnt offering before the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And thou shalt set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and shalt put water therein.
Good morning, how everybody doing today? How everybody doing today?
Hanging at the court gate.
Y'all still with me?
And thou shalt take the anointing oil, and anoint the tabernacle, and all that is therein, and shalt hallow it, and all the vessels thereof, and it shall be holy. And thou shalt anoint the altar of the burnt offering, and all his vessels, and sanctify the altar.
Hey, any y'all prices and stores going up where y'all stay at? What's going on?
And thou shalt anoint the laver and his foot, and sanctify it. And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and wash them with water. And thou shalt put upon Aaron the holy garments, and anoint him, and sanctify him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt bring his sons, and clothe them with coats. And thou shalt anoint them, as thou didst anoint their father, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. For their anointing shall surely be an everlasting priesthood throughout their generations. Thus did Moses. According to all that the Lord commanded him, so did he. And it came to pass in the first month, in the second year, on the first day of the month, that the tabernacle was reared up. And Moses reared up the tabernacle, and fastened his sockets, and set up the boards thereof, and put in the bars thereof, and reared up his pillars. And he spread abroad the tent over the tabernacle, and put the covering of the tent above upon it, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he took and put the testimony into the ark, and set the staves on the ark, and put the mercy seat above upon the ark. And he brought the ark into the tabernacle, and set up the veil of the covering, and covered the ark of the testimony, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the table in the tent of the congregation upon the side of the tabernacle northward without the veil. And he set the bread in order upon it before the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And he put the candlestick in the tent of the congregation over against the table on the side of the tabernacle southward. And he lighted the lamps before the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the golden altar in the tent of the congregation before the veil. And he burnt sweet incense thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he set up the hanging at the door of the tabernacle. And he put the altar of the
Yes, Juanita. I started calling you Nita.
and
Short
offered
from
upon it the burnt
but one
offering
need
and the meat
yes, we're in
offering,
Exodus.
as the Lord commanded Moses.
Mm-hmm.
And he set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the
That's
altar,
exactly where
and
we at.
put water there to wash withal. And Moses and Aaron and his
If
sons
you know,
washed their
you know,
hands
you know.
and their feet
I'm glad to have
thereat.
somebody in here
When they went
that
into the
love to
tent
hear
of
the
the
word of the
congregation,
Lord.
when they came near unto the altar, they washed, as the
Yes,
Lord
Lord.
commanded Moses.
Thank you, Jesus.
And he reared up the court round about the tabernacle and the altar, and set up the hanging of the court gate. So Moses finished the work. Then a cloud covered the tent of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. And Moses was not able to enter into the tent of the congregation.
I'm sorry, calling
because
you
the
Nita.
cloud
I'm
abode
sorry.
thereon.
Juanita, where you
The glory
from?
of the Lord filled the tabernacle. And when the cloud was taken up from over
How
the
old are
tabernacle,
you?
the children of Israel went onward in all their journeys. But if the cloud were not taken up, then they journeyed
Arizona?
not till the
Okay,
day that
okay.
it was
How old are
taken
you
up.
if you don't mind me asking?
For the cloud of the Lord was upon the tabernacle by day, and fire was on it by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel.
Probably around by my age,
throughout
listening
all
to the
their
Bible.
journeys.
Can't hardly catch too many young people's, they're into crazy stuff. They really listen to the word
The
of the
book of
Lord.
Leviticus, chapter 1. And the Lord called unto Moses, and spake unto him out of the
I don't know
tabernacle
what
of the
that is.
congregation, saying,
Is that a 0,
Speak
60?
unto the children of Israel,
Is that probably
and say unto
60?
them, If any
Because
man
3
of
more
you
months,
bring an
I'll be
offering
60.
unto the Lord, ye
Yeah,
shall
3
bring
more
your
months.
offering of the cattle, even of the herd.
I got to
of
get
the
my other
flock.
plant like this. Fix y'all.
If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him
This
to make
failed.
atonement
This
for
thing
him.
right here. Y'all know when
And
they
he shall
broke the
kill the
10
bullock before the
commandments and
Lord,
stuff. The
and the
plant.
priests,
Look,
Aaron's
that plant
sons,
like that.
shall bring the blood.
I feel
and
like this
sprinkle
one.
the
This
blood
one here
round
broke, y'all.
about upon
I was
the
moving
altar
too
that is
fast.
by the door
See,
of the
these are my
tabernacle of the
two that I
congregation.
usually show everybody. It
And he
sits
shall
on this
flay
one
the
here,
burnt
but it's
offering,
broke. It sit on
and
this
cut it
one
into his pieces.
like this, but
And the
it's
sons of Aaron
broken,
the
guys.
priests shall put fire upon the
Everybody
altar,
follow me know it.
and lay the wood in order upon
I
the
read
fire.
these two every
And the
day.
priests, Aaron's
This is my
sons,
first one
shall lay
right
the
here,
parts,
Juanita.
the head, and the fat,
My first.
in order upon the
It's
wood that
broken
is on
3
the
pieces,
fire
guys.
which is
Got to
upon
glue it
the
back together.
altar.
That's the corner part
But
go
his
right
inwards
here.
and his legs
But
shall
trust
ye
me,
wash in water.
it's not
And
going
the priests shall
anywhere.
burn all on the altar
The
to be
devil
a burnt
tried it, but baby, he
sacrifice, an
can't
offering
see and
made
put
by
it right there.
fire,
Yeah,
of a
these are
sweet
my
savor
favorite
unto the
two.
Lord.
Two of
And
my
his
favorite two
offering be of
verses
the
that
flocks,
in the
maybe
morning
of the
time.
sheep or of the goats,
They fit
for a
so
burnt
perfect.
sacrifice.
See,
He shall bring it a male without
this is
blemish,
the day the
and
Lord
he
had
shall kill
made.
it on
Let
the
us
side of the
rejoice
altar
and
and
be
offer it
glad
before
in
the
it.
Lord. And the
And right behind that
priests,
one,
Aaron's sons,
I go right
shall
here. I
sprinkle
can
his
do
blood
all
round
things
about upon
through
the
Christ who
altar.
strengthened me. It take
And
me
he
on through
shall
the
cut
day.
it into his pieces, with his head and his fat.
Yep.
And the priest
So
shall
this the
lay
first
them in
one, you
order on
guys.
the wood that is on
I
the
would like it for
fire,
y'all.
which is
Oh, I
upon
just
the
hate it's
altar.
broken because I have them
And
side
he
by
shall
side.
wash the inwards and the
This one
legs with
first,
water.
and then let's try to
And the
read the other
priest
one.
shall bring it all,
But
and
yes,
burn it upon the altar. It is a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by
69.
fire,
Oh,
a
that's a
sweet
gnat.
savor unto the
Okay.
Lord. And if the burnt sacrifice for
Awesome.
his offering to the Lord be
You
of
blessed.
fowls, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves or of young
I'm
pigeons.
59
And the priest
right
shall
now.
bring it
But
unto
yeah,
the
these my
altar,
favorite too.
and
Yeah.
wring off his head, and burn it
Believe it or
on the
not, I got them
altar.
at a garage sale. I couldn't
And the
believe it.
blood
They were
thereof
getting rid of
shall
them. I
be
said, y'all
wrung
get
out
rid
of the
of.
side of the altar.
I said, you selling
And
this?
he
She said,
shall
yes,
pluck
yes.
away his
Well,
coat
I
with
like,
his
oh,
feathers, and
thank you.
cast it beside the altar
I
on
want
the
them.
east part,
I hadn't been able to
by the
find
place of
any
the
more
ashes.
like
And he shall
these,
cleave it with the
guys.
wings
It's
thereof,
plated. I don't know
but
if
shall
they
not
ordered
divide it
these
asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the
or
altar
what, but
upon the
I
wood
love
that is
them. I
upon the
love the
fire.
saying. It's
It
so
is a burnt
perfect. For
sacrifice,
every day you
an
wake up to
offering made
start a
by
fresh
fire,
day, to
of a
get up
sweet
and just
savor
know, I
unto
go
the
straight,
Lord.
just read this. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And then I let the devil know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Leviticus 2.
Get down, devil.
And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour. And he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense thereon. And he shall bring it to Aaron's sons the priests.
Ooh,
And he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and of the oil thereof, with all the
yes, thank you,
frankincense thereof.
Jesus.
And the priest shall burn the memorial of it
So
upon
you
the
can put
altar,
this here back over
an
here.
offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering baked in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, or unleavened wafers anointed with oil. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baked in a pan, it shall be of fine flour, unleavened, mingled with oil. Thou shalt part it in pieces, and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baked in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. And thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto the Lord. And when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar.
Stay here, y'all.
And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of the Lord made by fire. As for the oblation of the first fruits, ye shall offer them unto the Lord, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. And every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt. Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt. And if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruits green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears. And thou shalt put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Leviticus 3. And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And Aaron's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And if his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat thereof, and the whole rump. It shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of it, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. Leviticus 4. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord, concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin which he hath sinned a young bullock without blemish unto the Lord for a sin offering. And he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord, and shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head, and kill the bullock before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood, and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before the Lord, before the veil of the sanctuary. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before the Lord, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take off from it all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys.
Hit the like button, please. Y'all come in if y'all don't mind.
And the caul above the liver with the
Please,
kidneys.
thank you. Much appreciated if y'all hit the like button, subscribe button.
Taken off from the bullock of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering.
I don't know. But y'all mind hitting the like button, please, and thank you.
With his head and with his legs and his inwards and his dung. Even the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp unto a clean place.
I'm gonna have to move, y'all.
Where the ashes are poured out, and burn him on the wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out shall he be burnt. And if the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, and the thing be hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty, when the sin which they have sinned against it is known, the congregation shall offer a young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before the Lord, and the bullock shall be killed before the Lord. And the priest that is anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before the Lord, even before the veil. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar which is before the Lord, that is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take all his fat from him, and burn it upon the altar. And he shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering. So shall he do with this. And the priest shall make an atonement for them.
Don't y'all forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and please, and thank you.
And he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp.
And happy Saturday. How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning.
It is a sin offering for the congregation. When a ruler hath sinned, and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his God, concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin, wherein he hath sinned, come to his knowledge, he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat, and kill it in the place where they killed the burnt offering before the Lord. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering.
For the sacrifice.
And he shall burn all his fat upon the altar.
Amen. Yes. Amen. Amen.
And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and shall be forgiven him.
Yes, baby.
And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, while
people live at this, baby, they made themselves and they can
which ought not
do
to be
everything
done,
by
be
themselves,
guilty.
baby.
Or if his sin, which he hath sinned,
They feel like they can wake
come to his
themselves up,
knowledge,
they can do everything.
then he shall bring his
God
offering,
didn't die for them.
kid of the goats,
You know,
a female
they don't care
without
about grace
blemish
and
for his
mercy,
sin,
baby. I do. Ooh,
which he
thank
hath sinned.
Jesus. Ooh.
And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering,
Yes.
and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering.
Yes, honey.
And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his
Oh,
finger,
I'm trying to get myself right, baby. I took my
altar of burnt
heaven,
offering,
y'all. Hey.
and shall
I
pour
ain't
out
gonna
all
lie
the
to
blood
you.
thereof at the bottom of the altar.
Woo! I
And he
do
shall
not
take
want to
away all
miss,
the fat
baby.
thereof, as the fat is
I
taken
want to
away
be one of
from
the
all
ones, y'all.
sacrifice of peace offerings.
I want to
And the
be
priest shall burn it upon the
one
altar
of the
for a
chosen
sweet
ones,
savor
one of
unto
the
the
ones who
Lord.
made it.
And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him.
Yes.
And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it a
Lying to
female
you.
without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering.
And
the priest
the Lord
shall
is
take of the blood
here.
of the sin offering with his finger,
Praise
and
the
put it
Lord.
upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he hath committed. And it
Do you
shall
have
be
the app on
forgiven
your
him.
phone, Juanita? Huh?
Leviticus 5. And if a soul
Do
sin,
you have the Bible app on your phone? If so, which one?
and
Which
is a
one you have?
witness, whether he
Wow, a
hath
lot of
seen
them.
or known of it,
I had to search too till I find
if he will
the,
not utter it,
the King James
then
version.
he shall bear his
One,
iniquity.
the one that I like, you know.
Or if a
But
soul
I-
touch any unclean thing,
You know.
whether
If
it be a
not me.
carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty.
Y'all, the start of the show
If he
is
touch
came
the
up. He woke
uncleanness
up.
of man,
Let me show Juanita the start of the
whatsoever
show.
uncleanness it be that a man shall be
He don't even
defiled
see I put his
withal,
thing back. Look, the window
and it
open.
be hid
Come on.
from him, when he knoweth of it,
Come
then
on.
he shall be guilty.
Open that.
Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him,
Black. Mr.
and
Black.
he knoweth of it,
Okay.
then he shall be guilty
Look,
in
Mr.
one of
Black.
these. And it shall be when he shall be guilty in one of these things,
See a little bit.
that he shall confess that he hath sinned in that thing. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock,
Look what he
a
doing.
lamb or a kid of the
He gonna
goats,
start a show.
for a sin offering. The priest shall make an
It's
atonement
Mr.
for him
Black.
concerning his
I don't know
sin.
what this is, baby. He helped
And
everything.
if he be not able to bring a lamb,
Where he
then
at?
he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed
There he go.
2 turtle doves, or 2 young
He's a
pigeons
baddie.
unto the Lord.
Tell him, hey,
One for
man.
a sin offering,
Tell him good morning.
and
Say
the other
good
for a
morning.
burnt offering.
Say good morning.
Shall
Say,
bring them unto
say
the
good
priest,
morning.
who shall offer that which is for the sin
Tell him
offering
good morning.
first, and wring off his head from his neck.
He about to jump up there. That cat outside. Y'all see the kid looking out the window? Look here.
And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest
There
of
you
the
go.
blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall offer the second for a burnt offering according to the manner.
Why you jump down?
Make an atonement for
What's
him for
wrong?
the sin which he hath sinned,
What's
shall
wrong?
be forgiven him.
What's
If he
what's
be
the
not able to
matter?
bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons,
Huh?
then he
You won't be
that
bothered with him
sinned
this
shall bring
morning.
for his offering the 10th part
Okay.
of an ephah of fine flour.
Hey,
For a sin
hey,
offering.
my baby.
He
Yeah.
shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon. For it is
Yes,
a
that's
sin
the one I
offering.
like. The King
Then
James
shall he
version.
bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his
I grew
handful
up
of
Baptist
it,
child.
even a memorial
Good.
thereof, and burn it on the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make an
Don't knock
atonement
my- oh,
for
that
him
tape. Oh,
as
hold
touching
up.
his sin that he
Put
hath
that down,
sinned
boy.
in one of these.
Get
And
in.
it shall be
Move it.
forgiven him. And the remnant
Knock
shall
that
be the
tape on my
priest's
phone.
as a meat
I
offering.
already got to take it up there and get another.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, If a soul
Face
commit
one with it,
trespass,
thing.
and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Lord,
Cause
then he
the
shall bring for his
presence of
trespass
the
unto the
Lord
Lord
is
a ram
here,
without
y'all.
blemish out of the flocks, with thy
Always.
estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary,
Silver
for a trespass
and
offering.
gold.
And he shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it unto the priest. And the
But if you
priest shall make an
download it, one
atonement
if
for
you
him
don't
of
have,
the
it's
ram of
the,
the trespass
it's the
offering.
that one there
It
that
shall be
that
forgiven
actually
him.
speak word for word and
And if a soul
just like
sin,
you know, and that
and
one
commit
it's the
anything
brown
that is
one.
forbidden
It's
to
the
be done
brown.
by the
It's the
commandments of the
brown one
Lord,
with the little red
though
thing
he
on it.
wist it
The
not,
King James version. That one.
yet is he guilty, and shall bear his iniquity.
Some of them
And he
don't.
shall bring a
All of
ram
them don't
without
sound the
blemish out of
same.
the
Right?
flock with thy estimation
right
for a
one.
trespass offering unto the priest.
I was just
And the
took
priest
another
shall
one. I'm
make an
like, wait a
atonement for
minute.
him concerning his ignorance, wherein he erred and wist it not, and it shall be forgiven
But
him.
this one goes slow enough that
It
you
is a
can
trespass
keep up if you have the
offering. He hath
Bible
certainly trespassed
and
against
stuff.
the Lord.
But just listen. This what my husband
6.
put it on.
And the Lord spake unto
Every
Moses,
night.
saying, If a soul sin and commit a trespass against
In
the
the
Lord,
bedroom for bed, yeah.
and lie unto his neighbor in that which was delivered him to
Yes,
keep,
baby.
or in fellowship, or in a thing taken away by violence, or hath deceived his neighbor, or hath found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, and sweareth falsely, in any of all these that a man doeth, sinning therein, then it shall be, because he hath sinned and is guilty, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he hath deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered him
go ahead and
to
look
keep,
out the window if you want
or the
to.
lost thing which he
You see the
found,
cat looking out the window over
or
there?
all that about
I mean,
which
looking
he
in the
hath
window.
sworn falsely.
Thank
He
you.
shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the 5th part more thereto, and give it unto him to whom it appertaineth
My grandson up to
in the
get
day of
this
his
train.
trespass offering. And he shall bring his trespass
I be
offering
showing
unto the
him in the
Lord,
Bible. Yeah,
a ram
y'all can
without
still listen
blemish out of
to
the
it.
flock, with thy estimation.
I be showing
And
my bad
trespass
baby
offering
too.
unto the priest.
It's his show.
And the priest
I
shall make
borrowed his
atonement
show.
for him before the Lord.
He
And
know
it
we
shall
got to
be
put it,
forgiven
praise the
him
Lord
for
first.
anything of all that he hath done in trespassing.
Everybody come in. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, and thank you. Yes, there go Mr. Black. There he go. There he go. There go y'all star.
This is the law of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night unto the
I
Lord.
got y'all sitting down low. Let me sit y'all back up how to see him.
Burning in it.
Y'all know
The
him
priest shall
now.
put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take up the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar.
He just won't wake right for now. What? Why did you? You're not about to get that phone, y'all. He keep jumping down, coming over here, thinking he about to. Wait. I know you lying. Nope.
And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out. The priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it. And he shall burn thereof the fat of the peace offerings. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out. This is the law of the meat offering. The sons of Aaron shall offer it before the Lord, before the altar. And he shall take of it his handful of the flour of the meat offering, and of the oil thereof, and all the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savour, even the memorial of it, unto the Lord. And the remainder thereof shall Aaron and his sons eat. With unleavened bread shall it be eaten in the holy place. In the court of the tabernacle of the congregation they shall eat it. It shall not be baked with leaven. I have given it unto them for their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most holy, as is the sin offering, and as the trespass offering. All males among the children of Aaron shall eat of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations concerning the offerings of the Lord made by fire. Every one that toucheth them shall be holy. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This is the offering of Aaron and of his sons, which they shall offer unto the Lord in the day when he is anointed. The 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meat offering perpetual, and half
Cakes
thereof
and
at
cookies
night.
and stuff. Y'all gonna
In a pan
take
it
y'all
shall
on
be
this
made
journey,
with
baby,
oil.
since everything's so
When
happy.
it is
So make
baked,
that stuff.
thou shalt bring it in. And the baked
So
pieces
make
of the meat
yeah,
offering
baby.
shalt thou
Honey,
offer for a
this
sweet
still gonna be so
savour.
happy. The eggs going up so high due to the bird flu, and then it's like here come another set of something going on with the eggs, like the birds and stuff. Woo, can't take. Get what? I'm gonna start making my own cakes, baby. I can't afford to buy no more cakes from them people. They be making them. Shoot.
Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, saying, This is the law of the sin offering. In
Let me
the
put
place
this
where the
back over
burnt
here.
offering is killed, shall the sin offering be killed before the Lord. It is most holy. The
Thank you
priest
so
that
much.
offereth
You
it
too,
for
Juanita.
sin
Thank
shall
you
eat
so much,
it.
y'all. I'm moving
In the
around.
holy
I'm
place
feeding.
shall it be
This
eaten.
boy said feed the stray
In the
cat.
court of the tabernacle of the
Little cat that they feed
congregation.
me.
Whatsoever shall touch the flesh
Everybody
thereof
have
shall
a
be
blessed
holy.
day in the Lord.
And when there is sprinkled of the blood thereof upon any garment, thou shalt wash that whereon it was sprinkled in the holy place. But the earthen vessel wherein it is sodden shall be broken. And if it be sodden in a brazen pot, it shall be both scoured and rinsed in water. All the males among the priests shall eat thereof. It is most holy. And no sin offering whereof any of the blood is brought into the tabernacle of the congregation to reconcile with all in the holy place shall be eaten. It shall be burnt in the fire. Leviticus 7. Likewise, this is the law of the trespass offering. It is most holy. In the place where they kill the burnt offering shall they kill the trespass offering, and the blood thereof shall he sprinkle round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of it all the fat thereof, the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul that is above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a trespass offering. Every male among the priests shall eat thereof. It shall be eaten in the holy place. It is most holy. As the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There is one law for them. The priest that maketh atonement therewith shall have it. And the priest that offereth any man's burnt offering, even the priest, shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering which he hath offered.
They started, y'all.
And all the meat offering that is baked in the oven, and all that is dressed in the frying pan, and in the pan, shall be the priest's that offereth it. And every meat offering mingled with oil and dry shall all the sons of Aaron have, one as much as another. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings which he shall offer unto the Lord. If he offer it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mingled with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour fried. Besides the cakes, he shall offer for his offering leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And of it he shall offer one out of the whole oblation for an heave offering unto the Lord. And it shall be the priest's that sprinkleth the blood of the peace offerings. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. He shall not leave any of it until the morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering be a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offereth his sacrifice. And on the morrow also the remainder of it shall be eaten. But the remainder of the flesh of the sacrifice on the 3rd day shall be burnt with fire. And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings be eaten at all on the 3rd day, it shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed unto him that offereth it. It shall be an abomination, and the soul that eateth of it shall bear his iniquity. And the flesh that toucheth any unclean thing shall not be eaten. It shall be burnt with fire. And as for the flesh, all that be clean shall eat thereof. But the soul that eateth of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings,
Go in that room, bring that trash on out. So want Miss Trash Man.
having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people.
Hey y'all, it's been real. Let's keep it real, y'all.
Touch any unclean thing.
Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday to you guys.
Or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean
and I'm gonna
thing,
catch y'all on
and eat of the flesh of the sacrifice
on the back
of
end.
peace
Bye.
offerings, which pertain unto